A woman needs to be cherished by a masculine man. And this is a need. This is not a want. I had a woman on one of my TikToks say that this is just a want, that a woman only has wants and doesn't really need this from a man. And this idea of disowning our needs, it's such a toxic thing that happens today in our society, where we are trained to believe that we don't actually have needs, and that if we do have needs, that that's somehow needy, that a woman doesn't actually need a man. She doesn't actually need a masculine man. She doesn't actually need a masculine man's leadership and devotion. Yes, she does. That is not a want. That is her core, deep, primal, instinctual need that needs to be met for her to truly thrive and be fulfilled in a relationship and in her life. And that doesn't mean that a woman will die if she doesn't have a masculine man to lead her and cherish her in her life. No, I'm not talking about that. Just like a flower doesn't need direct sunlight to survive, that doesn't mean that sunlight isn't a need for a plant, right? A plant needs that sunlight to thrive, to be at its best. It is genetically wired to need sunlight to be able to function at its best. And the same is true for a woman. For a woman to truly thrive, she needs a masculine man to lead her and cherish her, to care about her feelings, to love her feelings, to protect her, to provide for her. And what humans will often do to function is when we don't get our needs met, we will start to disown those needs. We'll start to rationalize them away. We'll start to explain why they don't really matter, why they're just wants, so that we can be happy. If we fully admitted, if women fully admitted that, yes, this is my need. I need this kind of man. I need this kind of love. Well, guess what? It's now going to be really painful to not have it, to not have that experience in your life. And when women, in this example, are cowardly, right? They're not truly seeing the truth within themselves. They're going to be looking away from that, and they're not going to be able to admit that to themselves. It takes a lot of bravery for a woman to look in and be like, yeah, I need that. I really need that from a man, and I'm not getting it. And yeah, that's painful. That hurts. I feel sad. But that's the first shift towards actually getting what you want in your love life, because you can have that relationship if you realize how much you need it. You have to admit that to yourself first, and then you have to seek out information to make the shifts in yourself so that it is possible to attract that kind of man and that kind of relationship.